Hey guys, Max Knight here, starting over on this Phantasy Star IV Let's Play. Also, I realize that the sound may be a little bit quieter than you're typically used to. I think I may have screwed up the volume level for this video, but you know, whatever. Anyways, um, I'm trying out something new here. A couple of things actually in this case. First off, I've already recorded this video, and I'm just now overlaying my commentary on top of it, basically. Watching the video in another player, and then recording it with fraps from the player, which works amazingly, you know. That's what I did for the question I asked earlier. So, basically, the other big thing that's different is, of course, I went ahead and I did the bug fix for Hahn's vision skill. So, shouldn't make entirely too much of a difference because of the way I'm planning on playing this time. But, still, you know, there will be a couple of people who might whine and complain about it, but, you know, I don't really care all that much. I'd rather play it, or I'd rather use the skill like it was supposed to be used. Not saying that I do know how it's supposed to be used, but, you know. What you're reading right now, this intro sequence is actually entirely different since I'm playing the prototype. It is worded differently, and what I might be doing, at least for the intro here, is putting annotations in at the bottom with what it said in the final game, because it did change quite a bit. I mean, some of the wording they used here was crazy. So, you know, I don't think I'll do it for regular dialogue, because it'll be harder to position that properly. At least this had this, like, border around everything. Okay, that was a 2-minute intro right there, basically, from start to finish. So, now let's try to get this started here. I had started a game with the intention of testing how far I can get with a particular strategy, which is what I'm planning on doing for this. I'm not intending to fight any random battles until I reach the town of Tonoe, and I recruit Pike, which is about where I got to, you know, in the original recordings that I uploaded, I should say. I got a lot further, and I will eventually upload a couple more of the old recordings, if only entirely because I'd like to have a record of my destroying the sandworm at level 6 to 8. But anyways, I'm scrolling the screen, or I'm scrolling the text a lot slower, so that people can get a clear image of, I just clipped that guy, can get a clear image of the difference in the translation, which is, of course, the largest difference between the two games, or between the final and the proto. So, basically, if anybody, and I know there are people out there who will be watching that for this purpose, just kind of see the differences. Like, this is, they scroll this a lot faster, or change it or whatever. And this text right here, this was just an ordinary scene for the planet Motavia. Yes, even now. That's just, it's like descriptionary and not actually saying anything. And of course, we managed to get lost within 5 feet of Ryra. So, first things first, change the buttons on here. Right. Mysterious, blankness, and bugginess, and oh yeah, that's what that button does. Yeah. His nothing there message. We get a few different things here, letting us know a little bit about the situation. I am trying my hardest while I'm playing this to not scroll through the text super fast. As in, like, hit the button over and over again. Anyways, let's just not macro, and don't do it again. He did it again. Mumble to show what he's saying by himself. Wrong button. And his status. Well, I'll go over it in more detail in the first boss fight. But basically, we're a hunter. We can heal ourselves. We can paralyze the enemy. And that's basically it. Not the strongest to begin with, but certainly will turn out a lot better. Now, we are going to go and talk to this principal. We are now in control of Ryra. That's what she says when you are looking at nothing. And, of course, her status. She's your basic long-ranged fighter. She can use 2 long-range weapons, she can boost us, and she can deal a lot of damage with Vortex. At least at first. Later on, she won't deal as much damage. Because the boomerang and slasher weapons are a lot more... well, a lot less damage potential. See this principal guy? He stutters when he's talking. And in the final, he's more anxious and angry sounding, whereas here in the Proto, he just sounds kind of scared. Scared and very just very a little excitable towards the end. And he doesn't like being questioned. Not a whole lot else to say here. We're just kind of reading through this text. That enemy that you can see in the middle there, it's called a Zonafalg. I used to call them something entirely different when I first played this game. We won't run into any of those until the boss fight. So, well, I should say we won't fight any of them. We'll probably see all kinds of enemies all over the place, but I'm only going to fight the boss, which should go down in 6 turns. But you know, that's just me from what I remember of how it worked out the first time, and that's assuming no one misses. Shouldn't happen with dexterity, but with vision, I should say, which I should honestly mention will not have any differences in the first boss battle. Because guess what? Hahn's mental is 8, and that's how much their dexterities would be increased by with vision, even if I hadn't fixed it. So, whatever. Doesn't stimulate my interest. I like that line. I mean, it's like the second best line of the Proto, at least from what I can remember of it. I haven't gotten through the entire prototype, though. For all I know, something will bug out at a certain point and I won't be able to finish it. But since no one has told me so far that it's impossible, I will continue playing. I really like Rudy's excitement here in a moment. You know, he wants to go to another planet, and then you check the telescope. Wow, it's a telescope! That's just great. I mean, excitement over something like that, you know. A dangerous item. A very dangerous weapon. It's a boomerang and a couple of hunt knives. Hunt knife, hunter's knife, hunting knife. I don't know what to say there. I'm not quite sure what the actual weapon's full name was in Japanese. I would probably have to... it might have just been hunt knife. I'll have to look that up sometime. Just going around talking to a few more people. Slowly. Because I don't want to miss anything. And please tell me if I should continue doing this like this. Because I don't want to... well, I don't necessarily want to put off anybody with either the way I'm playing the game or the way I'm doing the recordings. I know some people will consider the whole watching the video after finishing it and then doing commentary on top of it is cheating, but then again, I don't care. At the same time, if you don't think I should be going this slow with the dialogue and you just want me to get through it, then that's fine too. But I think I would rather let you guys at least try to read it, because sometimes it is different. And this guy, Dr. Lubitz, is still the same person in the final, but I think he was supposed to be Dr. Luveno from the first game? I don't know. Alright, this guy's Hahn. And he's the guy who we fixed. I mean, fixed his skills. Yeah, that's right. And basically, he's just waiting around for us to show up. And yeah, he's just explaining his little backstory as to why he's pacing right here and waiting for us. But what he doesn't tell us is that he is in fact very, very rich, but he doesn't share the wealth. At least not immediately. He will eventually. Just wait. I mean, I've calculated it, and it is actually possible to sustain yourself without a single random encounter entirely because of Hahn. At least up to a certain point. But by the time you get to that certain point, everyone dies because you can't go for any further without gaining levels. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get to Tonoe. I will recruit Pike, and I will power level for a little while. Yeah. Now here is where their story. They are two completely different stories, apparently. Where he will, at least that's what Ryra says. I don't know. I understand that it was supposed to be like Lila or Leela or something like that, and it just happened to translate to Ryra to begin with because, yeah, they are completely different stories altogether. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so Hahn has joined us. I will go into detail on his skills and abilities and all that at the first boss battle. In the meantime, we are very, very close to the end of this. So, just kind of showing that off there. Join us next time when we'll go into the basement. See ya.